Good evening from the Foxborough High School gym. This is Wednesday, January the 2nd, 2008. This is Mark Stopa along with Bob Blakely. We're here to bring you the Foxborough Lady Warriors in their battle against the Franklin Panthers. Some Foxborough basketball this evening. The Lady Warriors come into the game having played very well earlier in this season. And the Franklin Panthers come into the game with a overall record of 4-1 and 3-0 in the Hawk. Right now they're introducing the players, and we'll get ready to bring you the action as soon as it gets started. Bob, I think much like most of the other games, some of the keys to this endeavor this evening. Oh, actually, we're going to be interrupted by the national anthem.
You see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and rockets red glare bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Alsozio doing his usual wonderful job with our national anthem. So as I was beginning to say, I think we can tell from the earlier games this season that there's several keys to success for Foxborough. Number one, we've got to have all 5 players on the floor playing intensely. One takes a break, and we break down defensively. Ball movement, so important, and turnovers. Games we've lost, it's been about the turnovers. At one point in the Dedham tournament, before the Dedham tournament, there was one game where we had 9 turnovers in a row. Can't have that survive. We go with the tip. On the floor for Foxborough's Rahima Struble, Sam Briggs, Tara Greeley, Kristen Huffman, and Michelle Cameron. Franklin, we have Ashley Meredith, Kelly Meredith, Jennifer DiCaturo, and Dora Salacious. I didn't see the last one. Shaban Sullivan. A good entry-level pass there, but Rahima was a little slow stepping to the ball. Franklin pushes the ball down the floor. Obviously, one of the keys to this game is going to be controlling Kelly Meredith. I suspect she's probably averaging in the mid-20s in points thus far this season.
Great, Mark. And there's a good rebound by Michelle Cameron. The other key is going to be the boards. We've got to contest every shot and allow them only one shot.
Well, as with most of the games and most of the matchups so far this season, and I suspect as we go through the season, we're going to have a distinct height advantage.
Tara Greeley.
Tara Greeley, two-point shot from the right side. So we have a height advantage. If we use that well, we can out-rebound them. I noticed from their lineup, they don't have anybody who approaches 6 foot. They've got one 5'11" player. And I think that's pretty generous.
Nice play there by Rahima.
Rahima got good position. Nice block there. Tara Greeley got caught a little bit in that low block on the left side and had to make a save on the ball, and that didn't work out well.
Forced turnover.
Yep, Franklin pushes the ball up the floor, and with an unforced turnover, gives it back to Foxborough. Foxborough with the ball up top. Tara Greeley for 3 on the left-hand side, and it's good.
Good start for Tara.
Yeah. That's so important for her, as well as any of the shooters on the team. That you get hot early, and you get a nice rhythm. Sam Briggs fronted Kelly Meredith on.
Good help from Rahima there.
Yeah, good help to the inside. She fronted her. Let's take another look at that defense, that offensive play on the other side. Ball swung over to Tara Greeley, hit that three-pointer wide on the left side, nothing but net. All right, we're back in the action here. Looks like there's a blocking foul there on Sam Briggs. So Sam Briggs has drawn the task of matching up with Kelly Meredith, who brings an interesting package of talents to the game because she's dangerous both inside and outside. So it's a tough draw. But I think Sam can match up with her. Franklin with the ball up top, showing good patience. Drive left, and
it's a little too easy.
Yeah, that drive was too easy. I don't know who was supposed to pick her up. He fell asleep at the wheel there on the inbounds pass, but fortunately came up with it.
Sarah was looking for a timeout there, didn't get it.
No. Unforced error there. Got a little frenetic with our play. That's an important lesson to learn. Take another look at that drive on the left-hand side. Oh, it was a good pick.
Sam did not want to pick up her second there either.
No, and she would have had to foul her to come over and do anything with that. Rahima with what looked to be a nice rebound, but it looked like she might have caught a little body on the inside with the push. So the ball goes over to Franklin. You know, all the games you have to settle in a little bit, both sides. Passing so far from both teams is a little sloppy, but the defensive pressure is there. Kelly Meredith with the drive to the middle and a short jumper, and it misses.
A little unlucky there.
Yeah, loose ball goes over to Franklin. And Kelly Meredith puts it back, and that's definitely within her range there. She's going to hit that most of the time. So it's 5-4. Foxborough enjoying a 1-point lead here early in the action. Tara Greeley with the ball up top. Challenged. Ball got tapped away. And Franklin comes up with it and looks to push the ball hard up the floor. Fast underneath the basket. Rahima Strobel getting just enough of that ball to stop the shot. And ball goes out of bounds, stays with Franklin with 22 on the shot clock. Ball comes in. Yeah, that was way too easy coming off of that screen. Yeah, she came off of that screen very nicely. Good attack on the basket.
Fouls on number 11.
That's her second. Rahima picks up her second. She's going to be replaced by Leah Tacey.
Leah Tacey comes in. Leah, a freshman, is a strong presence in there with the rebounding. She's still getting the feel on offense, but she's playing well. Fundamentally, she boxes well. She keeps the ball high. And is really contributing. This is her first year on the team. Ball swings to Michelle Cameron on the right-hand side. Looks to get it into the lane to Sam, but couldn't get it to her. Tara Greeley drives right side. Kind of forces the shot, but that's one of her favorite shots, that running gunner. And she usually catches defenders off guard with that and draws a foul, as she did there. Let's take another look at that drive by Tara. Kind of caught a double team, a 1-2 double team in there, but was able to draw the foul. She goes to the line. And Tara's a very good foul shooter. Hits the first to tie the game at 6. We have Jessica Heinricher, who's going to check into the game, apparently for Tara Greeley. Here's Tara Greeley with her second shot. And that one is good as well. So Foxborough retakes the lead at 7-6. We have our substitution in, and away we go.
Jess Heinricher.
Foxborough looks to be setting up in a 3-2 defense. Although they look to be quickly matching up once they come in. So it's a 3-2 to a man, or they were just playing a man back. Drive hard to the lane, dished out to a three-pointer on the right side for Franklin that misses. Rebound gets over the top of Leotase's hands. And Franklin hits a three-point shot there. Kristen Hoffman looks to push the ball up the floor. Franklin giving full court pressure. Trapping as Kristen gets her back turned. Franklin puts on the floor four seniors on their starting five. Very accomplished group. Sam Briggs picks up a foul.
That's going to be her second.
Yep, trying to take away that baseline drive, but a little late getting over there, and referee didn't see it her way.
Kayleen Wall in to replace Sam Briggs.
Kayleen Wall comes in.
We got two freshmen.
Two freshmen on the floor right now, but they're very seasoned freshmen. They've played a lot of basketball games. Franklin pushes the ball in. Well defended by Foxborough. Rebound to Michelle Cameron. She pushes the ball up the floor. Out to Kristen Hoffman, who drives baseline. And Franklin's and Doris Laces is a little late getting over. Gives her the bump. And draws a foul. The Foxborough ball under the basket. Leah Tacey with the inbounds. Kristen Hoffman right back. Leah lefty puts that shot up. Kaylee Wall not able to come away with the loose ball, going to the floor, and the ball kicks out of bounds. Franklin ball. Bringing the ball up the floor a little more measured this time, looking to set a play, it looks like. Ball out right side. Well defended again by Foxborough. They can take away those interior drives. Be in good shape. Drive to the lane. That's unfortunate. Drive to the lane there was turned away on two occasions. Loose ball comes up, came out to Franklin with an easy layup. Michelle Cameron with the ball, left side, back up top to Kristen Hoffman. Foxborough trying to find a way into the lane. Kicks the ball left to Michelle Cameron, who drives across the top of the key. Jessica Heinringer back up to the top. Michelle Cameron with a three. In and out. Loose ball over to Franklin. They push the ball up the floor and get the easy two. Coach Main's not pleased with that. Or it seems to be that we're working a little too hard to get the ball into the hands of the right people. Take another look at that play. Franklin pushes the ball up in real nice position. Good pass. And even a difficult put away there because Foxborough did get down the floor just a little bit late. I'm sure Coach Main's not going to want them to be a little late down the floor very often.
We're struggling offensively. They are extending the offense. I'd like to see Foxborough on the perimeter keep the ball off the floor a little bit more. Make Franklin come out and hopefully be able to drive by,
yes,
and create opportunity down low. Right now they're struggling to get the ball inside, and Franklin is playing it tight.
Well, they know they have to play it tight and keep the ball out because we have the height advantage. Franklin's got to turn us out, and they're doing a very good job of it so far.
You can see why, if you look at how Franklin's done this year. We have a couple of games that have around over 60 points, in fact 69 points. Very strong offensively, and they're showing it here.
Yeah, Franklin, looking at those statistics that you were so kind to dig out, they enjoy pretty much a 15-point advantage on average against their adversaries. But, they're a very experienced group. Again, the four seniors and a sophomore are their starting five. They're very nearly another turnover by Foxborough, but the ball comes back to us. Sam Briggs, after a brief rest on the bench, is back in. Still with two fouls, so she's going to have to be a little careful. Very early in this matchup. Kristen Hoffman looking to drive, gets the ball to Jess Heinrich on the left. Sam Briggs in the middle. She wheels to deal that, but didn't actually get a good look at the basket. Heinrich goes down to the floor trying to make the save, but just slides out of bounds. And not quite a turnover, but we didn't come up with the loose ball. Mahima Struble now back in the game, and Leah Tacey taking the bench. And here we go, Franklin with the ball, leading Foxborough 13-7. Kelly Meredith with the ball down low.
Nice.
Rahima Struble made a nice move to seal off that baseline, but the loose ball got away, and Kristen Hoffman couldn't handle it, and Franklin gets an easy put up. Franklin looking to press full court, pressure the ball at every opportunity to force those turnovers. Rahima Struble spun and actually took a good look at the basket. Thought she had a very good opportunity to make that go, but it didn't. Franklin just pushes and pushes and pushes the ball up the floor. And either we're going to take away those drives or this game is going to be out of control. Hurry up. Take another look at that drive. Pretty simple. Saw the opportunity, split the defenders. Rahima Struble came over, perhaps a little late, but it was still a nice shot. I mean, you got to give it to the Franklin player. It was a very nice shot. Because if Rahima comes over just a little quicker, she probably stops with a jump shot there anyhow. Foxborough with the ball. Tara with a long three-pointer. Falls short. Kristen Hoffman comes up with the missed shot. Franklin dishes it, tips it out of bounds, and the ball stays with Foxborough. 16 on the shot clock, and we have 31.2 seconds left in the first quarter. Rahima Struble with a missed jump shot from the right side. Tara Greeley with a little turn and gun from the inside. And that score is now 17-9.
Tara with all 9 of the Warriors' points.
I was just going to ask you if that was the case, because that was my impression. Franklin with the three. Lots of players that can put the ball in the hoop. Kristen Hoffman gets through, almost. She had pretty good court awareness, made a real nice move to get to the outside there. Here we are at the end of the first quarter. Franklin player steps out, wide open, hits the three, uncontested, on the dish out from inside, which is why you do that. And Franklin enjoys a 20-9 advantage after the first quarter. Clearly, we cannot let them score at that pace.
We need a better effort here in the
Nine's a little low for what we should be averaging per quarter, but not out of contention. Allowing 20 points is just not going to make the day.
Part of this is the early foul trouble that Rahima and Sam have gotten into, and we're just there's just too many easy baskets, Mark. Too many drives to the basket, and when they've gotten a rebound and been able to kick it back outside, they've had wide open shots. So defensively, we've got to have a better effort.
Franklin's got a nice program. This is a team that's been together for a while. They played together when they were younger. You've got a lot of senior leadership on this starting five, and they know the game. They can play it inside, they can play it outside, they can drive. They bring multiple weapons to the floor, so they can shoot from almost anywhere on the floor, and that's a tough draw, but it's also why they're overall 4-1. And the fact that they lost that one game to Hopedale in a low-scoring affair.
You don't know much about Hopedale.
They are
beaten by a point, right?
But still, a low-scoring affair. So, in any event, let's see what happens in the second quarter. We shall remain hopeful. Franklin with the ball to start the quarter. And that's Siobhan Sullivan ahead of right side, goes to the top of the key. They look to drive and drive and drive. I didn't see who that was called on. I think it was called on Kristen Hoffman.
I think it is.
As much as Rahima Struble with the tip away. Here's that. Yeah, they called that on Kristen Hoffman. Just a little bit behind the play. But every time Franklin sees that they've got the defender just on the shoulder, their instinct is to turn and go to the basket.
Yes.
And that is just good, solid, fundamental basketball. At that time, we responded well on the defensive side. Ball goes over to Foxborough on the turnover. And Franklin looks to
get a zone trap.
Zone trapping defense here. Foxborough looking to break that. Now that looks like they're going to make it a half-court. Nope, half-court trap. I thought they were disguising that. Foxborough gets it across. Kristen Hoffman looks to drive. Dishes left to Tara Greeley. The running one-hander in the lane doesn't go. Kelly Meredith pushes the ball up the floor. Nice
Beautiful
pass.
pass.
Nice pass to the left-hand side to Jenna DiQuicciolo. And Franklin scores easily. Foxborough with the ball. Tara Greeley drives the lane. Oh, they call her for travel. It looked to me like she might have shuffled her feet a little bit. That was their last play from Franklin. That's just too easy. That's smart, fast break offense. On that last play with Tara Greeley there, she looked like she was anticipating one of those defenders pinching her off coming to the lane. She might have shuffled her feet, got a little short with the steps. But you got to like the instinct to drive the lane and take that shot. So here we are with a timeout, Foxborough timeout. 30-second timeout. Coach Kenny wanted to talk things over. The score is 21-9. Franklin with the
We
lead.
got 22 up on the board. I think we've got
Memo change by the Warriors.
It's 22 on the scoreboard.
one on the screen.
On our monitor.
I think there's a three-pointer in there that they counted as a
Yeah,
two.
that could very well be. All right, here we go. Franklin with the ball. Now Foxborough looking to press the ball, press on the defense. Franklin breaks that fairly easily. Again, that instinct to just drive, find the spot, dished out, jumper long, loose ball to Abby Morrissey.
Abby Hoffman. We did that last year.
No, that's Abby Morrissey. No, you see now you're repeating my mistakes from last game. I actually did it right this time. Now you're going to make me doubt myself. All right, Foxborough with the ball. We have Rachel Jamison in. That's going to be a backcourt. On the floor we have Tara Greeley, Sam Briggs, Rachel Jamison, Rahima Struble, and Abby Morrissey, and now Olivia Roma. Olivia Roma comes into the game taking the spot for Tara Greeley. And Franklin with the ball on the Foxborough turnover. Wide left for the three-pointer, that's a little long. Olivia Roma gets a loose ball, pushes the ball up the floor. Rachel Jamison with the ball up top. Olivia Roma gets a nice ball and head fake, drives, dishes to Sam Briggs. Rahima Struble with the offensive rebound but misses the putback. And the ball gets tipped out of bounds by Foxborough. It'll be Franklin ball. Foxborough looking to exert some zone pressure. Franklin breaks it way too easy. Ball to the lane. Dished out again for Franklin. Drive to the lane again. Dished out for Kelly Meredith, who drives and dishes out. Long three-pointer. Short. Hits nothing. And off the foot of the Franklin player, it goes over to Foxborough. Kristen Hoffman back in. And Rachel Jamison to the bench. Foxborough looks to break the pressure. Bring the ball up. Roma with a nice move to the middle of the floor. Rahima Struble with the wheeling left-hander that doesn't go.
Last couple times down the floor, we've had some good looks inside. Just the ball just doesn't want to fall.
Well, we're getting the ball to the right spot, but you know, it's the usual case that you've got to not only wheel towards the basket, square up, but you've got to actually look at it to make that shot, and we're not showing that kind of patience. Long three-pointer for Kelly Meredith is short. Franklin drives the lane again, dishes out. Solid ball movement. Nice pass inside there. Missed. Sam Briggs with the rebound, throws the ball away to Franklin, and with a reset, Franklin gets the ball. Another three-point effort. That's off. Sam Briggs with the rebound. Kristen Hoffman brings the ball up the floor. Olivia Roma saw Rahima Struble shooting down the left side of the lane, wanted to get her the ball, and just traveled in the process.
Back in the game, Gord, number 14.
Tara Greeley back in the game. Leah Tacey back in the game. And it'll be Franklin ball, leading 22-9. Breaks the pressure.
Good news in the second quarter here. 4 minutes into the quarter, Franklin scored 2 points. So we've slowed down their offense.
We've slowed down their offense, but corresponding problem is that we haven't scored. So nice.
3-second violation?
No, I think that was a push. Carg really had nice position on that, fronting that and tipped the ball away. And I think there was a push from Franklin. Carg really brings the ball up, dishes over to Abby Morrissey. Kristen Hoffman up top. Ball inside to Sam Briggs, but she's double teamed in there. Loose ball to Abby Morrissey, who hits for 2. She showed good instinct there, driving that left side of the lane. Franklin pushes the ball, hits the trailer, way too easy in the middle there. And it's a matter of balance. You got to have good eyes. Got to see the ball. You got to see the players. Pay too much attention to one or the other, and you're going to miss something. And that's what happened there. Way too easy, making that drive in the lane. But Franklin is playing well and showing that they have the ability to do this inside and out. Offensive foul. Take another look at that last basket here. Abby Morrissey driving left lane, little left-hander. Nicely done. I didn't quite catch the number
number 42, who's not on our sheet here. So.
Oh, okay. So
it was 42.
A player number wearing 42 committed an offensive foul. I suspect it was an illegal screen or a pick. So Foxborough brings the ball up, breaking Franklin's pressure. Ball momentarily inside to Kayleen Wall. Dish back out. Shot clock down to 10. Ball to the baseline. Leah Tacey. This is the little layup effort. Ball goes out of bounds off Foxborough and goes over to Franklin. Those are the kind of opportunities that we really need to capitalize on. All right, Franklin bringing the ball up the floor, looking to run a set play. And again, involving a drive to the basket. It looks like every one of the players on Franklin has that ability to drive the lane effectively. And Tara Greeley picks up her first foul, defending that. Loose ball down the floor. Kristen Hoffman picks it up. 2 points Foxborough on the unforced turnover, unforced error by Franklin. Making the score 24-13. Franklin looking once again get the ball inside. Kayleen Wall a little too aggressive on that defensive front there. Here's Kristen Hoffman running down the loose ball and takes the easy 2 points.
You see what Franklin's doing against this man-to-man. I see a lot of isolation where they've got one Franklin player, and that time it was Meredith against Kayleen, and they had their 3 other players on the other side of the court. Let her go one-on-one, and they did it on the other side last time too.
Well, you can oftentimes, when you have a player of Kelly Meredith's caliber, you can set her up on the weak side and set up those opportunities. Foxborough moving the ball a little bit better this time. Leah Tacey with a nice baseline drive, drawing the foul again from whoever number 42 is. Foxborough ball underneath. Leah Tacey with the ball there. Nice head and ball fake. Ducks under for a 2-point play. Well done by Leah Tacey there. Franklin with another drive to the hoop. That time on the baseline. Foxborough brings up the ball. Abby Morrissey up top, over to Jessica Heinricher. Looks to drive, but shut off by 2 Franklin players. Kristen Hoffman, a 3-point effort up top, a little long. Kaylin Wall unable to come up with the loose ball, and Franklin gets the ball and pushes it up the floor. Again, Kelly Meredith on Kaylin Wall. Kaylin was a little slow to recognize that she had baseline help there. She didn't need to foul. Leah Tacey had slid over, and she had taken away the baseline drive. Kelly Meredith draws the foul, and she goes to the line shooting 2. First one good. The score 28-15. 1:08 to play in the first half. Second one's a little long. Rebound to Kaylin Wall. Except that was a double dribble. She dribbled first to control that. Here's the last Foxborough basket with a nice ball and head fake by Leah Tacey with the drive inside. Kelly Meredith with 2 efforts from point blank range, not able to come up with the shot. Got a little frustrated, give a little bit of push to get that 3rd rebound, it looked like. Ball goes over to Foxborough on the foul. Kristen Hoffman looking to push the ball up the floor, over to Jess Heinricher. Looking for her opportunity to drive, but none's presented. Back over to Kristen Hoffman. Drives and dishes to Abby Morrissey on the left-hand side. Got away with a little bit of a travel there. Nice pass inside to Kristen Hoffman, not able to handle it. And ball goes over to Franklin. 37.2 seconds to play in the first half. Franklin pushes not pushing the ball this time, looking to set up a play. Abby Morrissey defending at half court there. Ball up top. Franklin's not in a hurry. Letting the clock wind down a little bit.
5-second differential on the shot clock.
Shot goes a little off. Loose ball comes up. Leah Tacey comes out with loose ball. Foxborough looking to push the ball up the floor. And Abby Morrissey stepped out of bounds in her haste to get the pass back over to the. I think it looked like Leah Tacey running the lane there.
Need a defensive stop right here with 6 seconds left in the half.
That would be helpful. Yeah, that was almost predictable that it would get down low to Kelly Meredith there, and well done by her. I mean, Kaylin Wall was in good position. Did everything well except for stop the shot. Looking obviously not to foul her. So the first half ends with the score Franklin 30 and Foxborough 15. I'll take this opportunity to thank all the folks at Cable 8 for making this opportunity for the girls to play on television available. Our producer tonight is Doug Briggs. Director is Mike Everson. Executive Director is Mike Weber. Our replay, we have Ray McKenna and Scott Daniels, Amanda Wolf, Matt Shea, Everett Tripp on camera, along with, I believe, Doug Briggs is on camera as well. And graphics is Frank McDowell. So thanks to all of them and all the other volunteers at Cable 8 for allowing this opportunity for the girls. So that's halftime. We'll see you when the second half starts. Welcome back to the Foxborough High School with this matchup between the Foxborough Warriors and the Franklin Panthers. The Foxborough Lady Warriors find themselves trailing 30-15 as we start the second half. Bob, what the first half looked like scoring-wise?
We had scoring summary. We had 3 scorers for Foxborough. Sam Briggs with a nice move inside. That's what we was talking about.
Yep, we were just talking about that.
Tara Greeley led the team with 9 points, followed by Kristen Hoffman with 4 and Leah Tacey with 2. That's the 15.
Okay.
The block to start off the second.
Yeah, Foxborough D's up, but ends up throwing the ball away. Kelly Meredith on a 2-on-1. Dished over to the left side. Goes strong, but she gets her she gets the offensive rebound. She's not going to miss that putback from the right side. So we've traded baskets so far here in the second half. Foxborough with the ball. Michelle Cameron swings high. Looks like dish it over to Tara Greeley. And Franklin's number 20, Siobhan Sullivan, fouls her up top.
Quick scoring summary for Franklin. We had Salacious with 9, Meredith with 8, Sullivan with 7, DiCrutalo with 4, and Fitzgerald with 2. So more balanced scoring there.
Okay.
Good for a total of 30.
Good defensive effort there. Jump ball. Ball goes over to Franklin. Franklin showing patience up top. No reason to be in a hurry. Swing it wide right. Again, looking to drive the lane. Kelly Meredith got away with a little bit of a swiping push there on that offensive move. Surprised there wasn't a call on that. Kristen Huffman gets stuck on the baseline there, out to Tara Greeley. Swings it wide right to Michelle Cameron. Ball is, shots missed left. Goes off of Franklin and stays with Foxborough. 16 to go on the shot clock. Ball up top again. Franklin doing a very nice job, as they did in the first half, forcing Foxborough to play outside. Look at that. Every time there's a drive, there's 2 Franklin players that are defending. Very good help defense.
Kick ball and a new shot clock.
So Foxborough, brand new 30 with the ball in the own basket. Tara Greeley throwing the ball in. Sam Briggs, Kristen Huffman, Rahima Strobel, and Michelle Cameron on the floor. Sam Briggs with the ball up top. Rahima Strobel with the ball inside. Wheels and misses. Ball over to Franklin. Swing it wide to the right side for a three-pointer that's off the front edge of the rim. Michelle Cameron off from the rebound off of Sam Briggs. Kristen Huffman the ball upside. Up top, swing it to left side. Three-point effort by Tara Greeley is a little long. Foxborough had a nice trap on the baseline there, but let the ball get out. Franklin pushes the ball up the floor, inside. And a nice dish to the hoop by Ashley Meredith.
Ashley Meredith.
Rahima Strubel, ball down low, turns, squared up very nicely on that one. Got a good look at the basket. 2 points for Foxborough.
That's Rahima's first 2 points of the game?
I believe so. Score being 34-19. Scoring even so far in this second half. Franklin with the three-point effort off the front edge. Kelly Meredith with the attempted putback underneath, and she's fouled. That was a hard foul across her face. Here's that Foxborough basket. So Cameron to Rahima Strubel, stops, squares, nicely done. First shot by Kelly Meredith was good. Did you catch who that foul was on, Bob?
I did not.
Okay. So Sam Briggs and Michelle Cameron to the bench. Leah Tacey and Abby Morrissey into the game. Second by Kelly Meredith was good. 36-19. Franklin trapping defense. Foxborough breaks it nicely there. Pass a little long inside. Touched out of bounds by Foxborough, and ball goes over to Franklin. Franklin looks to push the ball up the floor. Franklin swing it over Kelly Meredith. Ball head fake, drives the lane. 3 players inside. And a foul on Rahima Strubel.
That's her third.
Rahima Strobel, her third. Second on the team.
Well, they have that ability to put that kind of pressure on you because they're going to drive and drive and drive.
Ashley Meredith.
And take another look at that last drive. Good dish inside. Rahima comes over and body bang. Kayleen Wall looking to check into the game. And Ashley Meredith hits one for 1 out of 2. Rahima Strubel goes to the bench with 3 fouls. Let's reset the floor here. We've got Leah Tacey, Kayleen Wall, Abby Morrissey, Tara Greeley, and Kristen Hoffman. Push the ball up the floor nicely. Unfortunately, Tara can't handle that hot pass over the top. Had position, though. The ball goes out of bounds and over to Franklin. Franklin with the ball. Moving the ball up top. Looking for the open player. Kelly Meredith with the three. Misses. Kayleen Wall is able to turn away that inside play. Loose ball comes out. Bodies colliding up top. That's the Hawk League for you. Bodies colliding up top, underneath and everywhere else. Goes out of bounds off of Foxborough, and Franklin ends up with the ball. And a new shot clock kicked there by Abby Morrissey on the attempted pass. And Franklin will get a fresh shot clock there. So here we are halfway through the third quarter. Franklin has increased their lead by a few. Nice pass inside for Kelly Meredith, who extends and scores. Franklin again with the zone pressure. Foxborough able to break it. Swings the ball out to Abby Morrissey on the left side. Back up top to Tara Greeley, who drives the lane. Looked like she got tugged on there, but no call. Rebound goes over to Franklin. They push the ball up the floor. And a left-handed layup by Jenna DiCartolo. Nice move. She's very strong to the hoop. She doesn't bring size. She doesn't bring size, but she's strong. And when she decides she's going to the hoop, she's going. She's tough. Willing to take that body hit and make the basket. Has real good hands. Makes a lot of those shots, even when there's contact.
Right in the first half down.
Yep.
With that close underneath the basket on the right side.
Well, this is not new from her. I mean, we're used to seeing this. She's a senior, so we've been watching her do that for several years. And
you mentioned it earlier, Mike. They've got 12 players on the roster here. They've got 7 seniors.
Yeah.
They are deep.
Yep. Deep and experienced, and they've been good. It wasn't like when they were younger they weren't good. And it's a good program. They're full of athletes. Franklin High School's a bit bigger than Foxborough. It's a town that's growing. They have a larger pool to draw from, and just that's the way it is. And, works out that way sometimes. Foxborough finds themselves behind 41-19 here. Franklin having increased their lead halfway through this third quarter. Let's set the floor for Foxborough. We have Jessica Heinricher, Rachel Jameson, Olivia Roma, Kayleen Wall, Leah Tacey. Off of that timeout. Appearing already to be subbing. So Sam Briggs and Rahima Struble come back in for Wall and Tacey. Foxborough ball. Jess Heinricher into Olivia Roma. Back over to Jessica Heinricher. Looks to drive. One-handed runner goes. Franklin now looking to push the ball up the floor. Coach Bain imploring them to play the ball.
There's a travel there.
Yeah, there's travel there. She's kind of committed to the inside move, and Foxborough took it away. Here's that last basket for Foxborough. Jess Heinricher with the one-handed runner off the drive. That was good. Foxborough now with the ball off the traveling call on Franklin. Jess Heinricher again with the ball on the outside. Gets the ball into Sam Briggs. Swings it over Rahima Struble. Off the right-hand side of the rim. Rebound to Franklin. And foul, I believe, on Olivia Roma. Good tough move to the ball, but had more arm than ball, I guess. So Franklin with the ball. Foxborough with pressure. Look to trap it. Franklin gets the ball loose. Now they've got numbers coming down the floor. Rahima Struble with the rebound. Throws the ball to the outlet, but goes long and wide, goes out. Oftentimes it's those little things that add to the frustration. not playing particularly well. Certainly not seeing the basket for offense purposes. Just can't. Coach Bain can't seem to find the right combination here. Amos Struble with a nice, strong defensive rebound. Pushed the ball up the floor. Olivia Roma looks to drive but can't. Just Heinricher takes the outside jumper, but that's tipped. So that was going nowhere. Loose ball to Franklin. They push it up the floor. Kelly Meredith with 2 more. And they're, unfortunately, they're beating us down the floor now, and that's not good because they like to push the ball. Olivia Roma with the drive on the left-hand side. Not able to hit. It's a nice drive, but she got a little shallow there, and that becomes then a weak shot. Nice 2-on-1 break for Franklin there with that hoop by Kelly Meredith.
Yeah, they're quick. When we turn the ball over, they do beat us down the court. We picked up the tempo in the second half, and you've seen some of it. I think Sarah's probably talking about better transition.
Yeah. So Brittany Stope into the game. Brittany Stope into the game with several other players. Got the ball at the low post there. One of the few times she got the ball to the post. Made a nice wheel and deal to the basket with the left hand that just fell off the rim. Now Foxborough with the ball again after a Franklin possession. And I like that. Sam Briggs was working very hard to set up large on that left side and drew the foul. But we've got to establish some low post play because without that, they can defend out on all those jump shots. We've got to have some offensive movement down low to open things up on the floor. Abby Marcy with the jumper from the right. That's off the side of the rim. Players down on the floor looking for the ball. Sam Briggs and Brittany Stopa on the floor with the Franklin player, Siobhan Sullivan. Jump ball's called. And who's this going over to?
Foxborough.
Goes to Foxborough. So we've got there's a reset on a shot clock, thanks to assistant coach Jamie Kelly, recognizing that there wasn't a reset off of the Franklin possession. And the referees catch up on it and actually do call the reset. And it's Foxborough ball into Sam Briggs, a little short with the jumper. Franklin pushes the ball up the floor. Kelly Meredith looked like she had advantage, but opted not to take it to the hoop. I think had she stopped.
A little unselfish.
Well, I guess. Had she stopped and then accelerated again, I think she'd have had that. But throws the ball wide right, and on the turnover, the ball goes over to Foxborough. Cara Grilly with the ball on the left-hand side. Abby Morrissey to Brittany Stopa. Back out to Brittany Stopa. 3-point effort. Just off the back of the rim. Cara Grilly with the ball loose. Tries to feed Abby Morrissey in the inside, but she was really to the far side of the lane and too many defensive players in there. Franklin with the ball. Good pressure from Foxborough. And again, off the drive, though. Much too easy a basket. Looked like somebody got screened off that play high. Foxborough with the ball. 5 seconds to play in this half. Shot goes off. Loose ball over to Franklin. Actually, I'm sorry, it was 15 seconds before. Now there's 5 seconds. 4.1 seconds. Turnover, ball comes over to Foxborough. Take another look at that drive. Rather, it was a reach-in instead of a step-through on the defensive play. Long effort by Sam Briggs goes wide. And that brings us to the end of the third quarter with the score 47 for Franklin, 21 for Foxborough. That 15-point halftime lead is now extended to 26. And while we hung with them early, we just weren't able to get the scoring going, and that was a problem for us. We only scored 7. Is that right? 6 points.
6 points, yeah.
6 points in that quarter, so that's not going to get it done.
And Franklin picked up 17 points, 10 of those from Meredith.
Yeah.
And transition points.
Oh yeah. Well,
they've picked up the pace here.
They're always looking to push the ball down the floor, and they do it well. They see the open player. They're able to push the number advantage, and they're rebounding well. They're running the floor well. They're a good team. What can you say? And Foxborough, I don't think, is bringing their best game tonight. I don't know that it would be enough to make a difference against Franklin because they're a very talented squad, but Foxborough certainly not bringing their best play this evening. Looked like they had a little spark early, but didn't really get any easy looks at the hoop after that. So having to work that hard and not shooting well in combination is tough. So here we are starting the fourth quarter. Franklin with the ball into the backcourt. Heather Fitzgerald with the ball, being defended by Abby Morrissey. Ball to the left side. Good extended defensive pressure here. Loose ball goes to Leah Tacey, and Foxborough on the takeaway pushes the ball up the floor. Abby Morrissey into Leah Tacey again. Nicely done. Foxborough pushed the ball. Open players were seen. Nice shot made. And we have Franklin looking to push the ball. Low post. Callie Meredith squared up nicely there, and the best we could do is foul her on that. Here's that Leah Tacey move to the squared up. Nicely done. Then unfortunately picks up the foul down the other end of the floor. Kelly Meredith with the first of two. That's good. And now for the second. That's in and out. Rebound Leah Tacey. Outlet to Abby Morrissey. Pushes the ball up the floor. Left side to Tara Greeley, stops for the three. Looked to stop for the three, didn't take it. Kristen Hoffman with the three on the right side. That goes off the back of the rim. Offensive rebound to Sam Briggs. Squared up nicely. That was a very strong putback there. That was a nice move for her. Here we go, Franklin bringing the ball up the floor. Franklin does a nice job of screening players, and they do a really nice job of recognizing those weak side opportunities. That's where they exploited us early in the game, and did it again nicely on that transition there. Sam Briggs with a jumper from the foul line off the back of the rim. Two Foxborough players looking the rebound. Foxborough comes up with the rebound, but unable to handle the ball. Goes off of Abby Morrissey out of bounds. Rachel Jamison back in the game. Tara Greeley takes a seat. 6:30 to play in this fourth quarter. Foxborough is trailing 50-25. And apparently some sort of confusion on the floor. Referee over at the scoring table trying to figure out something. Perhaps they'll share that information with us. Looking at the Hawks so far, Oliver Ames is leading the pack. 4-0 in the Hawks, 6-0 overall. Franklin right behind them, but 3-0 in the Hawk, 4-1 overall. And Foxborough coming into this game is 2-1 and 3-2 overall, followed by North Attleboro with the same stats. Mansfield 2-1 and 2-3 overall. Sharon 2-2 and 3-2. They're a little bit of a surprise there with Sharon. I expected them to play a little bit better, but maybe a couple of tough matchups for them. King Philip 0-3 in the Hawk, 1-4 overall. Canton 0-3 and 0-3, and Stoughton 0-4-0-4. All right, so Sam Briggs gets subbed out. Was that Kayleen Wall that came in for her?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yep.
Still haven't figured out what the referees are doing at the scorer's table. But we have a delay in the action as a result. Not sure what could have caught their attention. The tail end of this week brings another tough opponent to the Foxborough High School. North Attleboro. That should be an interesting contest as well. North Attleboro, same record as Foxborough coming into this game. They've played well and apparently did a very nice job against Mansfield the other day. So now we have some significant delay. Hopefully they'll get this sorted out. The game will
Does that have
continue.
something to do with score?
Could very well be.
What do you think, Mark?
It's obviously critical. On the floor for Foxborough is Leah Tacey, Kayleen Wall, Kristen Hoffman, Rachel Jamison, and Abby Morrissey. And now we have coaches conferring with the referees and the scoring table. think Coach Bain was looking for the girls to make a better defensive effort today, looking to stay in the game, feeding off of that defense, and they just weren't able to get that done.
No, I agree. You know, we said that was the key to the game. Franklin has come in averaging 57 points a game, and it looks like they're right on par to be at that number again.
Yeah, with 6.5 to go, the likelihood is that they're going to exceed that number. You know, they demonstrated their strength inside, outside, ball movement, you know, one-on-one moves, ball rotation to the weak side. All right, here we go. We're back in action. Never did figure out what the deal was, and Franklin with the ball up top. Foxborough defending and trying to turn them out. Ball to the low post. Gets tipped away. Rachel James comes up with the ball. And in an effort to get it back, Franklin's Tori Santo Domingo fouls her. So it's Foxborough ball. Kristen Hoffman with the ball up top. Swings it over to the left-hand side. Rachel James with a 3-point effort. In and out. Leah Tacey with the offensive rebound, attempts to put it back. And Franklin, Katie Kaludowitz, I think that's how you pronounce that.
That's pretty good.
Fouls her. Foxborough ball underneath with a fresh shot clock. Kristen Hoffman swings up top to Rachel Jamison. And, you know, when you telegraph your passes like that, they're going to get tipped pretty easily. But she's a young player. She's learning. And that's one of the things you learn. You know, sometimes you got to look away to make your pass. You can't just push the ball there, and that's what happened in that play. Foul up top on Kristen Hoffman. And the ball comes loose after Franklin inbound. Abby Marcy's shot from the right side. Leah Tacey with the attempted putback. Doesn't go. Franklin pushes the ball up the floor. Kelly Meredith had the ball inside the lane but chose to bring it back out. Errant pass intercepted by Kristen Hoffman, who drives the lane. Well defended and a no call down there. And ball doesn't go. And Doris Laces draws the foul on Leah Tacey's attempted putback, and then Leah Tacey goes to the foul line shooting 2. First is no good. Take a look at that intercepted pass. Kelly Meredith looking to force the ball across the lane. That's a tough place to.
Good hands.
Yeah,
good hands by Kristen Hoffman.
Tough place to throw a shoulder height pass through. And
it had some zip on it.
Yeah, even with zip, that's a hard place to get a pass successfully through. Defense has really got to be sleeping for that to happen, but it was a nice interception by Kristen Hoffman there. And we have a timeout on the floor with 5:23 to play. Franklin leading 50-25 still. On a minute and change with a score, so let's see what happens as this game closes out. Leah Tacey still at the line, shooting the second of her 2 foul shots.
Foxborough with 3 freshmen and 3 sophomores and 2 freshmen on the floor.
Yep. Good experience for them. Second foul shot by Leah Tacey, up and good. Foxborough staying with their pressure. Lesson there is you play hard in every second of the game, no matter what the score is. Drive inside by Foxborough, offensive rebound, by Franklin, offensive rebound stays with Franklin and is put back in by Allison Salzberg. Foxborough looking to find a hole in the defense. Kayleen Wall with the ball and head fake, drives to the right side, stops for the jumper, misses. Leah Tacey comes up with the offensive rebound. Abby Morrissey misses a little wide with the jump shot. Foxborough digging out the loose ball. Kayleen Wall looking for the ball in the low post, can't handle it, but recovers it. All the way back up top. Swinging ball to the left side. Abby Morrissey over to Leah Tacey, who gets the short jumper from the right wing. Foxborough again with their pressure. Foxborough got away with a little bit of a foul underneath there.
I think Rachel had all ball.
Okay, if you say so.
Reaches in again and taps it away again.
I'm with you on that then. Kaylee Wall with the loose ball out to Abby Morrissey. Looks to push the ball up the floor. Abby Morrissey with the jumper from the left side doesn't go. Leah Tacey with
Another
a good offensive rebound.
Yeah.
Kayleen Wall, duck under on right side, strong to the hoop. 2 points for Kayleen Wall. And we have Olivia Roma looking to sub in for Foxborough. And Abby Morrissey going to the bench. Here's that last basket by Kayleen Wall. Shows the ball, ducks under, draws the foul, goes strong to the hoop, score it, and she goes to the foul line for 1. So we have timeout on the floor with 3:45 to play. Franklin 52, Foxborough 30. If I recall correctly, I think Franklin just subbed in 3 or 4 players, didn't they?
They did. They did.
I wasn't looking at it, but there are a few new faces in there. Here we go, another replay. Abby Morrissey shows ball, makes a drive baseline, draws 2 defenders, and Leah Tacey with the short jumper from that elbow, from the wing was a nice score for her. Here we have Kayleen Wall shooting 1 at the line for the old-fashioned three-pointer. And Foxborough stays in their pressure defense. Franklin looks to push the ball up the floor. Franklin down low post. Well defended by Kayleen Wall. Gets the loose ball. Olivia Roma gets the outlet pass. Pushes the ball up the floor.
Nice.
Leah Tacey inside. Again with the score. Leah Tacey's having herself quite a night. Franklin looks to drive, dish it out. Fairly certain they were going to dish that out to the weak side for that jumper, but Foxborough was able to defend it, get scrappy, and get the ball. Kristen Hoffman with the put in. Franklin has 5 subs for a wholesale substitution program here, waiting to come in. Franklin with the jumper from the right side. Rebound to Kristen Hoffman. Takes the 3-pointer from the top, a little short. Rebound to Franklin. Rachel Jameson almost with the steal. Leah Tacey comes off with the loose ball. Rachel Jameson with the 3 at the top. That's off wide right. Leah Tacey looking to be a little too aggressive on that play there. Matching up with a guard and having to body her out of bounds. So it's her foul.
Foxborough's number 3, Leah Tacey, her third. 6-17.
There to be Franklin ball. Underneath, Abby Morrissey and Brittany Stopa come into the game. And Kristen Hoffman and Kayleen Wall go to the bench. Franklin brings the ball up the floor. Wide right. Turned away. Rachel Jameson tips the ball and able to come away with it. Good, well defended rebound to Leah Tacey. Push the ball up the floor. Rachel Jameson. Wide right to Olivia Roma. Jumper's short. Jumper Abby Morrissey on the left-hand side. Ball off of Franklin and stays Foxborough. 29 seconds on the shot clock. Minute 49 seconds to play in the game. Michelle Cameron comes in for Olivia Roma. So they're resetting the floor for Foxborough. Michelle Cameron, Abby Morrissey, Rachel Jameson, Brittany Stopa, and Leah Tacey. Not able to get that ball into the low post. Brittany Stopa got double teamed. The ball gets tipped away. Franklin with the ball.
Nice pass.
Nice pass underneath. Defended by Brittany Stopa, tipped out by Franklin. Ball over to Foxborough. Foxborough looking to push the ball up the floor. Ball wide left to Brittany Stopa. Looks to drive baseline, gets turned away, dishes it out. Michelle Cameron with the ball also drives baseline. Her shot gets tipped. Looked like it went off of the Franklin player. I was a little shielded by the referee. Tacey with the ball, low post, but gets that ball tipped away. 9 seconds on the shot clock, minute 5 to play in this contest. Into Leah Tacey, a little short, looked like the shot was tipped. Pressure down low by Brittany Stopa. The ball goes out of bounds on the forced turnover. Foxborough up again with the ball. 3-point effort by Michelle Cameron, right-hand side. Rebound goes to Franklin. Oh, that would be a double dribble. Nice pressure there by Michelle Cameron. Made the player from Franklin lose her thought process momentarily there. Ball over to Foxborough. Abby Morrissey into Rachel Jamison. Looks to push and penetrate, not able to get it inside. Dishes the ball over. Leah Tacey, Abby Morrissey. Rachel Jamison up top, back to Morrissey. Looks to drive, can't get in. Leah Tacey on the inside. Not able to make the hoop. Rebound goes over to Franklin. Jenna DiCortulo gets away with a double dribble there. And Franklin pushes the ball up the floor. Good patience on the perimeter by Franklin. Again, looking to drive. 3-point effort. Short off the rim. Leah Tacey with the rebound. Outlet to Abby Morrissey. And that's a wrap. Game comes to an end. Franklin 52, Foxborough 35. And as we started this half, we saw a little bit better defensive effort on Foxborough. Saw some good inside moves. Leah Tacey was able to light it up from some points in there, but that was not enough much too late in the game. I'm sorry to say, but that's the way it goes, I guess. Franklin demonstrated that they had good defense, inside-outside offense, and we weren't able to match up with them tonight. It was not our best effort. What's the scoring recap look like?
We get them again later this year. So
absolutely, we get another opportunity. What's the scoring look like?
Final 35 points for Foxborough. Tara Greeley led the team with 9 points, followed by Leah Tacey with 7. Kristen Hoffman with 6. And Samantha Briggs with 4. Kayleen Wall had 3 points. And Rahima Strobel, Abby Morrissey, and Jess Heinricher each had 2. That's for a total of 35. Top point scorer for Franklin was Kelly Meredith with 19 points. And they had 2 other players with 9 points, Salicious and Siobhan Sullivan.
Well, you know, we did what we needed to do on Kelly Meredith, and that was suppress her scoring a little bit.
Yep.
She averages more than that, so we accomplished that. But also I think that's in part because she got some rest in the second half.
She did.
With some of the bench players coming in, so I'm not sure that's a fair analysis.
She had 9 of her points in the second half,
yeah.
All in the third quarter, off
right.
Transition play. We saw her running the floor
yeah.
very, very well. Foxborough outscored with younger players on the floor against Franklin's younger players in the fourth quarter,
yep.
outscoring them 14-5.
Well, that's good.
So a good, strong finish.
Yeah.
And I believe they shut them down. I think they were at 52 points with about 6 minutes left in the game, and that's where they ended. So
that's
good. So we didn't give up.
No, yeah,
Girls did not give up.
That's an important lesson. You're going to have times where you're not going to bring your best game and you're going to lose, but if you play to the last second, then that's a lesson learned. So as you put it, we see them again this year, and we'll look forward to that rematch, and hopefully we can bring a better game. So that's it from Foxborough High School. I'm Mark Stopa along with Bob Blakely, bringing you the Foxborough Lady Warriors basketball. We'll see you next game. And that next game will be Friday against North Attleboro here at Foxborough High School. See you then.
Good night.